Hi, welcome back to AdSafe Lab. I'm Maxim, the founder. In today's video, we're going to look at account structure. Now, more precisely, what does a good Google Ads account structure look like? There are many factors that will influence the quality and the performance of your campaigns, such as, for example, the keywords that you select, the landing page where you send your users, or the quality of the ads that you are creating for your campaigns. In my experience and in my opinion, the biggest driver of performance for your campaigns is going to be the account structure. How do you structure your Google Ads account? Think of the Google Ads account structure as the foundations of a house. It's not something that you can clearly see or identify, but it supports the rest of the house. It supports everything else. If you have faulty structure, you are going to have leaks and you're going to have problems down the road. So in terms of Google Ads language, it means you're going to spend a lot of money, you're going to waste money, and you're going to miss conversions and or customers. Now, the way it works for an account structure is a box system. So think of the account as the main box. Within that account, within the main box, we're going to have one or more boxes, which are the campaigns. Within these campaign boxes, we're going to have one or more than one smaller boxes, which are the ad groups. And then within these ad groups boxes, we're going to have one or more than one boxes that are the ads. So the account is the main box, campaigns, ad groups, and ads, right? So we have boxes within boxes. When it comes to Google Ads, there's no one size fit all. There's no general rule or truth about how the accounts should be structured or which strategy you should use. But I'm going to give you two golden rules today just to help you get an understanding of how a good structure works. So golden rule number one is that one campaign should be one theme, one budget, one strategy. Golden rule number two is that one ad group, the box within that campaign, should be one intent and at max 30 keywords to start. These two golden rules are very simple and kind of like generic and broad, but it's important to have them in mind whenever you start a new account, just to have somewhere to start. You're not completely in the dark. You have kind of like a roadmap of what you're trying to achieve because you have these two golden rules. With that being said, let's look at what a good Google Ads account structure could look like. Let's take the example of an e-commerce website selling shoes, t-shirts, jackets, and shirts. Now, again, like I said, there's no golden rule on how you should structure your account. This is just something that I would do myself, potentially based on what the client has to offer, based on their budget, based on many variables. But this is just to give you a general idea. So the Google Ads account is the main box. Within that box, we have two boxes here, campaign 1 and 2. I'm going to split campaign 1 and 2 by categories. In our case, I'm going to have the shoes on one side in one campaign, and I'm going to have the shirts on the other campaign. Within the shoes campaign, I'm going to have two more boxes, the ad groups, and it's going to be a type of shoe. So I'm going to have running shoes on one side and leather shoes on the other side. Each of these boxes are going to have smaller boxes within them, which are the ads. In the second campaign, I'm going to have the shirts. And again, I'm going to segment and separate the shirts by subcategories or types of shirts within the shirts campaign. So casual shirts on one side and dress shirts on the other side. Let's look at another possible structure for that same website. We could have campaign 1 having all the running shoes and then segment within these running shoes by brand A or brand B as ad groups. Same for the shirts. We could have all the shirts in the same campaign, but then segment at the ad group level with brands, brand A or brand B in different ad groups. Like I said, this is just like to give you a generic idea of how the structure of a Google Ads account works. There's no golden rule, so you can basically do whatever you want and whatever works for your account. Now let's look at a real Google Ads account and what a structure would be within that account. This client is a beauty spa salon. The client wanted to target services that the spa offers. And so we decided that based on keyword volume and how many search we have per keyword, we're going to segment per service. So we're going to have facials on one side, which is campaign number 1 right here. We're then going to have brows on the other side, and then lashes within the last campaign. So within the account, we have 3 boxes, 3 campaigns: facials, brows, and lashes. Now, if I go into one of these campaigns, you're going to see that there's only one ad group per campaign, which is kind of like an ad group where we have all the keywords. Now let's look at another client. This client has a very, very small budget. It wants to cover specific keywords. Therefore, we decided to go with only one campaign, and we did that within that campaign, only one ad group. So like I said, there is no really one size fit all. You need to adapt your strategy based on your client, but the most important thing is that you remember that the account structure is the foundation of your house. It's the foundation of your account. If you mess up or if you have a faulty account structure, you eventually are going to lose money running ads on Google. Now, if you think that this is still blurry, you don't really understand everything, some concepts are too vague, don't worry. During the course, we're going to cover in way more detail how to structure your account and what kind of strategy you need to use. This is actually the topic of the next video. So thank you for your attention. See you in the next video.